Are Toyota pickup trucks reliable? If you ask this question, most people would probably say yes. But what is the truth on this matter? On this episode of Dude, I Love or Hate My New Ride, Home Edition, we're gonna get to the bottom of this because here I have 5 high mileage Toyota trucks and real owners who give it to us straight, both good and bad. I have 2 Tacomas, 2 Tundras, and 1 Sequoia, and the highest mileage truck here on this list has 320,000 miles. Let's get to it. In this video, I'm also going to give a rating for each one of these trucks, but more importantly, I'm going to try to pull out all of the reliability information from all of these owners and present it to you so you can see clearly what's going on here.
Hi, this is Roman from TFL, and I've got Case here to show off Avalon King's do-it-yourself ceramic coating. Inside the kit is everything you need to apply it to your car or truck. Just wrap the cloth around the foam pad, apply drops of Avalon King, and wipe it onto your vehicle. Buff it off after it dries, and you're done. Avalon King uses nanotechnology to seal all the pores on your vehicle's surface to form an invisible, semi-permanent shield that can last 2 to 3 years. The coating produces a glass-like glossy finish on your vehicle's painted surfaces, headlights, rims, and glass. Better yet, it makes cleaning off dirt, mud, bugs, and other insults to your vehicle's paint a heck of a lot easier. It's like car wax on steroids. Get your own bottle and see it for yourself. Click on the link below and use the code FASTLANE25 to get $25 off. Now let's get back to our regular scheduled video.
First truck on the list is a 2014 Toyota Tacoma, and Kate submitted this video and his take on this truck. And this truck does not have too many miles. It has 83,000 miles, but I included it on this list because Kate has some stern words for Toyota with his truck, and he has some criticism from the real world, and he drives over 2,000 miles a month, so he puts decent mileage on his truck. And here's what he has to say.
And this is my 2014 Toyota Tacoma, and I'm going to give an unpopular opinion on a really popular truck. So starting, I guess, the front, things that I've done to this truck. So I have Icon Rebound wheels, 17-inch by 8.5, 265 70/17 Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax. Up front I also have Baja Designs Squadron Sports and fog lights. Was a definitely worthwhile upgrade. Around also has some nurse steps on it, a little bit easier getting in and out. I do have an ARE MX raised roof topper on the truck. It's great for storing all my gear. And I have a Cargo Glide bed slide in this truck, as well as an eBay off-road rear bumper. I wouldn't really trust the toe points on that bumper, but otherwise it works pretty well. So things that I do like about this truck is basically only the resale value. The resale value on the Tacoma is the main reason I think that people buy it. It's a very popular truck for that reason. And if it wasn't for me putting in upwards of 20,000 miles, 25,000 miles a year on a vehicle, I probably wouldn't own one. The fuel mileage on this truck, I get about 15 miles to the gallon, 16 if I'm lucky. And it does have low range E tires, some things that drag down the fuel economy. But overall, it's still pretty terrible for a mid-sized truck. Also, the interior, when we go inside, is pretty outdated. And this truck is a 2014, but even the newer trucks isn't a whole lot better. I do have WeatherTech floor mats in here, and it does have the smaller touchscreen radio without navigation. And this truck has about 83,000 miles. I've owned it since January of 2020, and I've put roughly 8,000 miles on this truck already, and it does well for my intended purpose, but I don't think I would buy one of these trucks if I was looking for a truck to enjoy. The resale value is the main reason I bought it, due to the mileage that I put on a vehicle. I enjoy it for that, but otherwise I would definitely look at the Colorado, Canyon, or something else entirely, possibly the new Ranger. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the truck. Other than that, it's been reliable, which Toyota reliability, but I don't think it's any more reliable than anything else will be in that amount of time. Thank you.
Kate, first of all, thank you for submitting the video. You're saying that the truck has really good resale value, which is true, and I completely agree with you, and there's many studies out there from very reputable organizations with lots of data that back it up. Toyota Tacomas has great resale value. And you said the interior is outdated, but the quality of the interior still appears to be intact. Now Kate, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm gonna give your truck an 8 because you have some really nice touches. I really love the tires, the side steps, and your cargo management system in the back of your truck. And overall your truck looks purposeful and you use it for work. So that's why I give it an 8. Okay, now let's move on to the second truck on the list. This is a 2007 Toyota Tacoma with 161,000 miles. And Richard has submitted this video of his truck. Let's see what he has in store.
This is my 2007 Toyota Tacoma Access Cab TRD Sport 4x4 4-liter V6 with automatic transmission. It has 161 something thousand miles on it, all original drivetrain. So it's pretty much stock for the most part. It's been useful, reliable. It's been a great truck and I love it. I did some add-ons to it, not too much. I put the aluminum skid plate down there, put the bug guard on there, I tinted the windows, added the toolbox. It's got a lot of good features. So it's got the composite bed, it's got a little storage, power outlet, tie downs. I added aftermarket radio to it and speakers. But as you can see, it's got room in the cab. We got car seat in there. My wife and I fit in it, and my kid fit in it. I'm 5'8", my wife's like 5'2", so there's plenty of room for us. If you're bigger people and have multiple kids, probably not enough room in the cab, but for us it works great. There's the aftermarket radio I put in it. And see, there's the mileage has on it, but it's really nice. Been really nice, useful truck. Thank you TFL for watching the video, and hopefully you post it. I enjoy watching your content and videos, and you all have a good, safe time.
Alright, so this is a smaller truck. It's an access cab, which means it's an extended cab. Still has 4 doors, suicide style. And Richard says it's plenty of space for his family. And what I noticed is a couple of cool custom touches. Of course, the skid plate, and this is a TRD Sport, not a TRD off-road truck, so skid plate is pretty useful. A bug shield, of course, tinted windows, and the composite bed. Thank you for showing that to us. It looks actually brand new, or nearly brand new to me, but I noticed this in your bed. Some of the bolts and the tie-down points have some rust on it, and I'm not sure if those were replaced or they factory original. So that's one item to look for. Richard, I give your truck 7 out of 8 on our scale, and it's a 7 because it's a really cool truck, but it's not too custom. It's mostly looks pretty stock, and of course you keep it in great shape, so that's really good. Okay, let's switch gears and look at some bigger trucks. Coming up right now, this is a 2006 Toyota Tundra with 200,000 miles, and Andrew submitted this video of his truck. The truck looks really good. You have to see this video, but the audio has a little bit of wind. But this is very important. I still want to include this truck, and I want to let Andrew tell us exactly what he has going on. So let's take a look.
It's a 2006 Toyota Tundra. We've had it for 7 years. And next week, I expect it to roll over 200,000 miles. It is in really good shape. The clear coat was coming off the roof. It was starting to rust, and 5 years it was going to be a convertible. So we got that fixed. Got the whole thing repainted. It is an SR5. It is not a limited, but it's painted up like a limited. Color matched grille, mirrors, and rear bumper.
Andrew, thank you for letting us know about the paint on your 2006 Tundra. You said the clear coat was peeling, you're getting rust, especially on the roof area and somewhere on those horizontal surfaces on your truck, and you repainted the truck, and it looks gorgeous right now. It looks brand new. So that's a really positive thing. Let's take a look at the interior.
The interior of a 200,000 mile Tundra. It's not bad. It's not perfect, but it's not ragged. We replaced the JBL head unit with a more modern one. It's got Apple CarPlay. We did retain the speakers and the JBL amps because it was premium quality back then, and it still sounds great today. In the rear seat, you'll see that we have children. We have 3 children. Well, we have 2. A third one's coming next month. And there will be 3 car seats back here, shoulder to shoulder, and it's gonna fit just fine. It really is a do-it-all vehicle. It'll take your family of 5. It'll haul your ATV and your trailer, and it'll get you where you're going every time. It's got a JBL 8-inch subs, 2 of them. We have sacrificed the storage container here under the seat for that. Not that we could ever get to it anyway, because 3 kids. It's got the 4.7 V8, so it's before the big one came out, and it's plenty of torquey enough for us. When we got it, it was very close to 19 miles per gallon. After the 3-inch lift and the KO2s, now I'm closer to 17, but I still think that's pretty darn good.
The cloth interior, once again, looks in really good shape. And this is what, after 14 years of usage? I'm pretty impressed. I had a 2002 Chevy Silverado heavy-duty truck with leather, and I was noticing already some wear and tear on that leather several years ago. So it's good to see that Toyota interiors are holding up really well, as you're showing us in your video. Also, I really like your 3-inch lift, your KO2 tires, and you say that you tow a trailer, your car hauler, so you're actually using your truck for work and as a daily driver. And you said you have a performance exhaust. Let's listen to it. That exhaust pipe does look stock, but the sound from the 4.7 liter V8 is really good. And this 4.7 liter V8 has been known to be one of the more reliable engines, period. A while ago we did a story on a 1 million mile Tundra. It also had basically the same engine and the same transmission. Actually, transmission may have been a little bit different. But your truck sounds great. So what do you have to say about the reliability?
It has been mechanically perfect. We've only done tires, brakes, oil changes, and I really don't think that I'll ever go anything but Toyota for a daily driver again. I do enjoy other makes and models. I've got older Chevy that I'm working on, and that's fun. But as far as driving it every day, getting in it and knowing when you turn the key that it's gonna start and it's gonna get you where you're going every time, it's gotta be Toyota. It's kind of made me into a Toyota fanboy, and I'm okay with that. like to afford a new one someday. I don't think that'll ever happen. But I am proud to have this one, and I'm proud to show it to you guys. We really enjoy your videos. We watch them as they come out. We're big fans. We love Colorado. We've been out there 4 times now. We've hiked in Grand Lake. We've stayed in Estes Park. We've driven through, and we really enjoy it. Love that part of the country, and we love you guys. Thanks.
Okay, so you are really happy with that engine, so no big surprise. But I want to point out, guys, even though the interior was great, the reliability of the mechanicals is really good according to Andrew, the paint job had a problem. And that's important to note because a paint job can cost a lot of money, several $1,000s to repaint the truck. So, properly. Andrew, I'm gonna give your truck a 10 out of 10. This is our highest rating for a submission like this. Why do I do this? Because it has a crew cab, long bed, a 4.7 liter V8 4-wheel drive Tundra, which is really rare, and you painted it. It looks gorgeous. It looks brand new. I love it. Now we're getting into some really high mileage vehicles, and still the 4.7 liter V8. This is a 2002 Toyota Sequoia SUV, and Keith from Oregon submitted this video to us. This particular full-size SUV has, according to the odometer, over 284,000 miles. So now we're getting into those high mileage trucks, which is really good to see. Once again, 4.7 liter V8 and a 4-speed automatic transmission. And Keith, I love that you provided all the format that we wanted. You talked about your engine, your transmission, your body, your rust, your other issues you've had with your truck, but your video is a little bit shaky. I still love to include your video here because you have some great information. So let's break it down. Let's introduce your truck now.
It's a 2002 Toyota Sequoia. We needed a family car. We had a Ford Expedition, an 04, with the 5.4 Triton. We had nothing but problems, so we had to get rid of it. We just couldn't rely on it anymore. But we got this. When we got this Toyota Sequoia, it has the 4.7 V8. It had 214,000 miles for it, and we gave $7,000 for it. Right now, it's at 284,000 miles.
Well, in our previous video, Home Edition, I asked for a story, if you have a story with your truck, if it left you stranded, and you said your Sequoia left you stranded once. Actually, it was your wife, and something happened. Well, let's see. Tell us about it.
But as far as the engine goes, it's got the 4.7 liter V8. Amazing engine. Runs smooth. It just runs great. It doesn't. It's having 284,000 miles. The truck doesn't leak oil. It doesn't burn oil. It doesn't use oil, which I don't know any other brand that can say that. Anyways, the only problem we've really had with the engine was the fan on the front of the engine. About 2 summers ago, my wife was driving down I-5, and it was like middle of summer, 95 degrees outside, and one of the fan blades broke off the fan. It went through the radiator, and it kind of left us stranded. But we got all the parts we needed at a wrecking yard, real reasonable. And that was the only issue mechanically we've had with this thing.
Yeah, you don't want to have your radiator fan blade break and puncture your radiator and have basically what appears to be a catastrophic failure on a highway. Although it's not really catastrophic, it's just you're losing your coolant. And if you pull over in time like you did, or your wife did, you can save the vehicle and get it back on the road. So I'm really glad to hear that after this fan blade failure, everything else has been working great on your Sequoia. But you said that you have 2 other issues that are typical on this vehicle. Let's see.
And the interior, well, I'll show you the interior. For being an 2002 first generation Sequoia with 284,000 miles, I mean, the seat, look at the driver's seat. And there's no wear on it. I mean, it looks perfect. The carpets are good. The door panels are good. And dash, there's no cracks in the dash. Everything's good. I don't know if you can see it, but there is the mileage on it. 284,100 miles. See, the passenger seat is in great shape. The headliner, Thing's interior is perfect. It's held up amazing. And every Sequoia, first generation Sequoia, is notorious for this. The hatch right here, the handle right here, right up in here, those all break, and you got to take the whole panel apart to fix it, and it's a nightmare to do. I did it, but man, it was a pain. Toyota's notorious for this too, is their ignitions go bad in the steering column. What they'll do is your key will lock up in there and it won't turn. You'll fight it, and then they'll start working. And it got to the point that we couldn't even turn the ignition. So we ended up having, and I was at a point that I couldn't go, at that point I couldn't get a new part for it because it was a weekend. Nothing was open on today. So I found a wrecking yard that was open, pulled the ignition out of a used Toyota, of an old one there, it was wrecked, and got the parts for it. And between those parts and the parts with my ignition, I made it work.
Keith, I'm gonna give your Sequoia a 6 out of 10. And I really love that generation of Sequoia. And your Sequoia is just a daily driver. It's really solid, it has a lot of miles. I can see that your family is using it really well. And it didn't leave you stranded too many times, just maybe once over the lifespan. So 6 out of 10. Finally guys, we made the leap to the final truck on this list. And this is a 2000 Toyota Tundra. And it comes from Andrew. No relation to the Andrew with the previous Tundra on this list. And this truck has 320,000 miles. And it also has the 4.7 liter V8 engine. That engine everybody hears about. So Andrew, show us your truck.
Hey guys, my name is Andrew from Memphis, Tennessee, and this is my 2000 Toyota Tundra SR5 4-wheel drive. It has the 4.7 V8, has about 250 horsepower and 315 foot-pounds-feet of torque. It also can tow around 7,000 pounds. The most I've towed with it is about 3,000. We have a fiberglass 18-foot boat pulled with it. Pulls it pretty well. Maintenance-wise, I haven't done much of anything to this truck, and it has 320,000 miles on it, and still going strong. All I've done to it is just regular maintenance, like I've done the ball joints, sway bar links, put new U-joints in the drive shafts, and that's about it really. And I did a timing belt when I first got it. Getting onto the modifications, you can see here in the front I have the smoked headlights and then LEDs, and then I have a 20-inch light bar. And then this used to be all chrome, and I actually bedlined that black, so there's no more chrome on the truck. I don't like chrome at all. For the tires, I have a 285/75 R16 BF Goodrich KO2. These tires have about 30,000 miles on them. They're doing pretty well. Definitely looking to go to a mud train next though, because looking to do more trails here with this truck, getting into more difficult stuff. You can see here I have this snorkel. It's actually off of a 100 series Land Cruiser with that same 4.7 V8. It actually fits quite nice right on the side. Getting down here to my sliders, these are from Trail Gear. As you can see here, they have definitely seen some use here. And it held up well. They're welded to the frame, if I haven't said that. Getting onto the inside, it's pretty basic, just cloth material. These seats are fine. They're just old cushiony seats. I did a new head unit in there. Has a CB radio. Put JBL speakers and all the all new speakers. It's okay. It's all right. It does its job. Come here to the back. Show you that add-a leaf that I put in here. The second leaf right here is the new add-a leaf, or the third leaf, not sure. But yeah, that lifts the rear. Made it pretty stiff though. I do need to replace these old shocks that I have on here. And then probably my favorite modification that I've done is this Flowmaster dual exhaust on it. Sounds great, not too loud, not too quiet as well. And probably my most beneficial modification that I've done is I put a rear locker in there. It's a mechanical rear locker from Lockrite. It's pretty aggressive. On the street it chirps the tires a little bit, but it's great. I like it a lot. Just wanted to say thank you for sharing my video, And last but not least, I'd like to show you a sound clip from the exhaust here.
Andrew, your first generation Tundra looks really cool, especially with that lift and some of the other customization you did to it, especially with the rock sliders on the side, a suspension lift, and you de-chromed your truck, which I agree with. I don't like chrome either. You have your KO2 tires air intake, that's not a snorkel air intake, and you have your custom exhaust. So thank you for letting us hear it as well. I'm gonna give your truck 9 out of 10. I think it's really cool. I just like the crew cab truck just a little bit more. That's just my personal opinion. I think there is a common theme here, that the common answer is yes, Toyota trucks are very reliable, and with the exception of a couple of things like paint issues and also this fan blade failure and a couple of other small things, from this information that we have right here, the answer I believe is yes. Toyota pickup trucks are indeed reliable. Thanks for joining me, and guys, thank you for sending in your videos of your trucks to us specifically for this reliability study. And go back to tfltruck.com for more news, views, and real world at home truck reliability reviews.